Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to flash custom ROM onto your Samsung A21s. If you'd like to flash a custom ROM, which is an official firmware for your phone, basically a different version for the system that may appear differently, it may have some additional features, it may mimic or be exactly the same as on a different phone, like for example on your Samsung, you may want to get a system that looks like Pixel phone, or maybe you'd like to have Google Samsung AI. Well, that may also be possible. So let's begin with all of that. I'll need to turn the phone on because it's off currently, and we'll do everything. So as you can see, I have it right here. Make sure you have a computer that you will be able to use, so it has to have internet access and a little bit of storage. I'd recommend like at least 10 gigabytes left of storage on your computer. And we'll do everything. Also a cable that supports data transfer. So if you don't know if your cable supports data transfer, you may want to try it out by simply connecting it to your computer and seeing if you can, for example, copy the photos by going to the File Explorer, selecting your phone and just dragging them onto your desktop. Also, before you begin, if your phone is currently set up, back up all your data if you have anything important, because we'll be resetting the phone. My phone's not yet set up, so I'll quickly set it up. I'll just select the language and go through all of that. Now also, if you have a Google account signed in, once you've backed up your phone, sign out of your Google account. To do it, go to the settings, go to accounts and backup. I think that's what it's named, that setting. And then simply click on manage accounts, click on Google, and then remove your account. And that's basically all we need to begin. Now, as I said, simply set up the phone. You need to connect to the Wi-Fi. I'll show you that in just a little moment. And we'll be ready to go. We'll need to unlock the bootloader, install custom recovery, and use custom recovery to install custom ROM. I will be explaining everything in detail, so if you don't need to be familiar with all of that, just be careful. And if you're not familiar with everything here, then just make sure that you follow everything exactly. Now, let's connect to the Wi-Fi. So go to settings, go to connections, and go to Wi-Fi. Make sure it's turned on and select a network you'd like to connect to. Enter its password and click on connect. This will be needed to unlock the bootloader. Unlocking the bootloader will allow us to install an official system. Now go to About Phone, and here, remember your model number. If your model number is exactly the same as mine, which is SM-A21-7F. If it's exactly the same, then you can use the files in the description down below. Of course, you can also find different other files on the internet, but the ones in the description down below have been selected by our team and are, in our opinion, the best. And also good for beginners. They don't have any weird problems and stuff like that. So they've been tested, they are working, and we do recommend them. They are also quite popular and quite liked by other people, so that's great. But if you have a different model than this one, you'll need to find the files yourself, because you can still follow this video. Everything in the video will be exactly the same as long as you get TWRP recovery, which I'll be talking about later. But if you get the different one, you can also do it, but you just need to read the manuals. And yeah, that's basically if you want to follow the video exactly, it would be the best if you had the same model, but if you have a different one, you can still follow the video, but you may need to use different files. Yeah, now software information, and go to build number. Tap on it 7 times. If you have a screen lock, it'll ask you for it. Then go back, and on the main page of settings, find developer options. Now, if you are connected to internet, you will have this option visible. If you are not connected to internet, you won't see OEM unlocking. Once you see it, make sure it's enabled. Most likely it will be disabled, but you actually need to enable it. And then you'll be able to reset to unlock the bootloader, which will let us install everything. So what you need to do now, if you have a cable plugged in, unplug it. Make sure it's already plugged into your computer, but now turn off the phone with the cable unplugged. So let's tap on power off after pressing and holding on power and volume down. Then wait a little moment until the screen goes fully off. You can see now it's off. So let's start pressing on volume up and volume down at the same time. And while doing so, plug in the USB-C cable that's already plugged into your computer. Now you'll see this screen. Press and hold on volume up. And now it'll ask you to unlock the bootloader. Click on yes, but remember, pay attention. If it says lock the bootloader here, then it means your bootloader is already unlocked. So in that case, you would like to say no, so you would press a volume down button, because volume down is no and volume up is yes. And you just need to read the question. We need to unlock it. So if it's already unlocked, you don't want to unlock it. Now I'll press on volume up because mine is locked, and I'll need to unlock it. And in the process, it will take quite some time. It'll erase the phone as well. So let's wait. I'm gonna press on the power button to make it quicker. In the process, we can already move on to our computer to get all the files needed. So get to like your favorite browser and search first for our website, HardReset.Info. Now go to download. Hold on a second. Okay, so let's go to the download and now find Samsung drivers. They are most likely on the first option on the list. If they are not, for whatever reason, just type in Samsung drivers in the search and find the ones with this exact photo. Click on download and click on download here. They will start downloading. Now I'll go back and I'll get to the download again and type in Odin like this. Now simply click on download, get the version 3.14.4 because this is the newest one, so that's basically all you need here. And then once it's downloaded, we'll begin. So also, the files, of course, are custom recovery and custom ROM. Custom recovery is the recovery mode made by the people that have made it. So, like by the users, not by the phone's manufacturer. This is the unofficial one, but it has more features than a typical recovery. If you ever have resetted a phone, you know what a recovery mode looks like. Well, this one, the custom recovery, will have more features. So let's get it. And now, yeah, I'm gonna get to a website. Hold on, I'm just gonna find the right link. It's, I think, linked in the description down below. If it's not, then you can comment on this video. I'm gonna try to paste it as soon as possible. And yeah, we have different things here. We can go to custom recovery first, and I will be using TWRP. If you're more experienced and you like to try out the Orange Fox, we have linked it here so you can easily find it. But if you're not experienced, I'd recommend doing everything exactly as I'm doing. So get TWRP and vbmeta. So these two files I'm getting. click on download here, and you'll download these two files. Then go back to the main page and go to custom ROM. Now you can see we have quite a few different options. I'll be getting Evolution X, so if you'd like to try that out, feel free to try it out. But also we do the C-Droid. For C-Droid, you have a different recovery image, so it is a little bit different here because you'll need to get this recovery. But yeah, we've just linked it here. I think we have a different video on a different phone, on a different Samsung phone with custom ROM, which actually had the CR Droid and this recovery image. So if you'd like to get CR Droid, then you may want to watch a video. I think it was S21 Ultra, but I'm not sure. And then there's KROM Integra. So I will be getting Evolution X. If you want to get it as well, then select these two files and download them as well. Now, once we have everything, you can see our phone is reset. So what we can begin with is installing the Samsung drivers. Go to your downloads, and in the downloads, go to Samsung USB driver. Right click on it and click on extract all, then extract, and you'll have this folder. In the folder, there will be the driver. Install it. This is super important. Without that, it won't work. And then restart your computer. Without restarting, it won't work as well. So restart your computer, then go to Odin. Right click on it and click on extract all. Then go to Odin, open it, and now go to the exe file, the application file. Now our program is there. Now the last thing is to get the recovery files. If you've downloaded them in a zip file, right click on them and extract them. I have them just on my computer, so yeah, I need to get the TWRP and vbmeta, so these two will be needed. And now let's open the Odin. Let's put our phone in the download mode. To do it, press and hold on power and volume down, and tap on power off. Wait a moment until the phone turns off, and now it'll be a lot of sort of similar to the thing we've done earlier with the bootloader. Now, pay attention. I'll need to shortly press on volume up later. So press and hold on power or volume up and volume down. While doing so, plug in the cable that's already plugged into your computer. Once you see the screen, shortly press on volume up this time, and you're in the download mode, which allows your computer to communicate with the phone and send the files onto your phone. Select AP in the list here. Once your phone has lit up in the COM port right here, and then select the TWRP. So let's get TWRP, then the user data, and get vbmeta.tar. The vbmeta file is not necessary, but it's worth doing that because it makes all the processes quicker. It disables some security features with which being enabled, some processes may take a really long time to load while setting up the phone. Now, before we click on start, it is important that you go to options and disable auto reboot and factory reset time. Basically, all the options here need to be unselected. Then click on start and wait a little moment. It won't take too long. Now, once it's done, okay, for some reason it failed. Well, I didn't have that happen earlier. I think that because it says only official released binaries are allowed to be flashed, and now the problem is I unlocked the bootloader. So we'll try to exit this mode by pressing and holding on power and volume down. Because, yeah, there's something I always say it's worth doing, but I forgot this time. It's worth setting up your phone after unlocking the bootloader, setting it up real quick just to see if the bootloader was unlocked. And I think that's what failed. So that's why besides today, I always say that it's worth worth setting up your phone to just see, to diagnose the issue if there's any issue. Yeah. Let's wait until the phone turns on and we'll see everything. I think that the system's still there. It looks like it is, because it looks like it's loading. Because it had one of the Polish carriers logo on it. So I think that's not gonna be that big of an issue. And I really hope that in your case you were able to do it first try, but sometimes it just fails with the bootloader. Let's try. Okay, let's get the language. Here I'm setting it up just without the Wi-Fi because it makes the process of setup quicker, and I'm connecting to Wi-Fi later because that's what is the quickest thing that you can do. You don't really want to spend too much time on setup of a phone that you're gonna reset in just a moment, like 7 times. Maybe not 7 times, but yeah, there's quite a few times that you reset your phone here, so just don't pay attention to setting it up correctly. It takes too much unnecessary time. We have the date and time, whatever, just accept. I don't really care. If there's something you really care about, you can do it, but that's mostly just going down to permissions or stuff like that. If you don't want to permit to like diagnostic data, then you can of course skip that. Yeah, you can see our phone's set up, and now I'll be connecting to the Wi-Fi, and again enabling developer options by clicking on the software number. So connections, Wi-Fi. The password, and now let's go back. You can see some processes here fail. It's normal for them to fail. It's always been like this. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. You can see it says bootloader is already unlocked, which is quite interesting. We'll see if it works now after the phone setup. Also, I'll unplug one of my USB devices, which I've plugged in a moment ago, and maybe a little bit suspicious, just a USB drive. So power and volume down. All right, power off. Tap on a power off again. And then when the screen goes fully off, press and hold on volume up and volume down at the same time, and while doing so, plug in the cable that's already plugged into your computer. Shortly press on volume up. We are in the download mode. Let's start again, and we'll see if we don't fail now. And well, we didn't. We passed, so that's great. Now don't disconnect your cable. Keep it plugged in, and now start. I'll first explain it, then I'll do it, because it's a key combination that is a little bit confusing. So power and volume down at the same time for about 7 seconds until the screen goes off. Once it does, move your finger from volume down to volume up while still pressing the power button, and keep pressing until Samsung logo appears on the screen. Once it does, release the power button and keep pressing volume up until you get to recovery. So let's do it. Power and volume down for about 7 seconds, and once the screen goes off, move your finger from volume down to volume up. Once the Samsung logo appears, release the power button and keep pressing the volume up. Now this alert will show up. If the alert doesn't disappear after more than 15 seconds, you may need to release and quickly press again the volume up button, and wait until you get to TWRP. Now, TWRP, I promise to say a little more about it. This is the custom recovery that I'm using, and if you have a different model and you weren't able to get the files from the description down below, then you may need to find it on your own. TWRP is really popular, so I think it's for all Samsung phones. It's available for all Samsung phones, so you just need to get your own one, and then you'll be able to basically follow everything from here. If you get a different recovery, you can still follow what I'm doing, but all the buttons will be in different places and it may be a little bit different. So now there are two methods of installing the custom ROM. I'll show you both of them, I think, because that's I think the most responsible to just show you both these methods. So the first one, before we do those two methods, first let's do what everyone has to do, which is wiping the phone. Let's tap on wipe and format data. Type in yes and approve. Now wait a little moment, go back again and go to advanced wipe. Now select whatever, let's select everything. Why not? Back. Now tap on reboot and select recovery, so our phone automatically reboots into recovery mode, so we don't have to care about it. Now there will be two methods. One of them is easier, one of them is a little more complex, but it's more likely to be actually working in some cases, so I'll show you both of them. The first one, as I said, I will be getting the hold on a second, I have a little bit of a weird oh yeah, okay, never mind. So I will be getting the Evolution X and NIC gaps, which basically gives me Google services which are not available in Evolution X itself. That's why I need two. Now let's do the first method. So I'll get those two files. I'll just select them both while pressing Ctrl key on my keyboard, then right click on them and copy, or just Ctrl C, and go to your phone if you can find it here. So go to this PC. If you can find your phone, click on it, go to internal storage, and now try to click on Ctrl V and try to paste it, or just right click and click on paste. Now we'll see if it works. If it does, then you should technically be able to go to install. Yeah, in my case it'll work. You can see it is going to be there. And then select the file and just install it. So yeah, I'll just show you that real quick. And then if that method for some reason is impossible for you because you aren't able to find the files on the phone once they are copied, you'll need to use ADB sideload, and I'll be using ADB sideload, so bear with me. But if you want to use the easier method, go to install, select first Evolution X, later you'll select NIC gaps as well, and after that you'll just reboot the phone. So go to here, then basically swipe to confirm flash, and it's gonna do that. You can also just, without doing all of that one by one, click on one, then add more zips and add the other one, and you can see hold on, yeah, that's, now you can see 2 of max of 10 files queued. So I have 2 files in the queue, and they will install themselves. Now for ADB sideload, if that method isn't working, you will need to get ADB on your computer. To do that, go to download on our HardReset.Info website, and go to mini ADB. Type that in and get this file. Now once you get it, there will be 3 files to install. The one that opens a blue window requires you to press on Y on your keyboard, then enter, and you need to repeat that 3 times. You'll just be prompted, the program will wait for your response, and you can press on Y or N. Y means yes, N means no, and then click on enter to approve. And the other 2 files are just clicking on next. It's worth restarting your computer after that, so you know that it works for sure. And now to do all of that, let's go to the folder where your files are, where the zip files are. Right click on some free space on the folder. Click on Open in Terminal, and now type in, I believe, let's see if our phone gets discovered. Yeah, you can see our phone is discovered, which means it's connected and it's in recovery mode. We'll need to go to Advanced here and ADB sideload, wipe Dalvik cache, wipe cache, then slide. And now we'll be able to use ADB sideload. Once you're in the folder, in the correct folder here, right? If you've opened the PowerShell while being in the correct folder, type ADB sideload and the first file, which is evolution. I'll just type in evol, then click on the tab key on my keyboard, and it'll autofill the name of the file for me. Click on enter, and it's gonna begin. You can see it is saving the file. We'll need to wait until it's finished, so it may take a little moment, and after that we'll ADB sideload the NIC gaps. So I'll get back to you when it's done. Now, once it's finished, click on back, click on ADB sideload and select wipe Dalvik cache and wipe cache. Now swipe to start sideload and we'll install the NIC gaps, which will give us Google services. Let's type in ADB sideload, NIC, and tab key to finish their name for us. Now click on enter. It'll begin. On the phone, there will be all the things printed out, so you'll be able to know what is being installed. Well, I know that Google Services, Google Calendar, stuff like that. Not all Google apps. It doesn't mean that it'll install all Google apps, but it'll install all the core services that this is the only method that you can install it. So, yeah, like the Play Store, Services Framework, Google Calendar Sync Adapter, Contacts sync adapter, and everything. Once we are done, we can basically reboot the system. Wait, now it may take a lot of time. Let's press on the power key to make it quicker. It may take a lot of time because the phone will need to restart. And restarting after flashing a custom ROM takes a really long time, but it's just as the first time after installing. If you do it again later, once it's already been started, once it's working, it won't take too much time, but this, the first turn on will take some time, so I'll get back to you in a moment. And as you can see, we are done. The phone's ready, so let's set it up real quick just to see how it works. You can see it is a little bit different. Yeah, it is way different, I'd say. I'll get the Wi-Fi maybe, or no, I'd recommend skipping the Wi-Fi here and connecting later, because it may be just too much of a struggle. So let's go through all of that. I'll skip the pin as well because I don't really need it right now. And the gesture navigation is fine, I do like it. And as you can see, this is the phone. It's completely different. This is what it looks like. It sort of resembles the Pixel system, right? The Pixel experience, but still is a little different. And yeah, that is really great. It also resembles the newest version of Pixel system, so that's wonderful, I'd say. And it still knows it's our Galaxy A21s. Still knows some of our data, and not all, but some. Knows the model, right? It knows the SoC model, everything, serial number, and that's our phone now. So I hope that this video was helpful. If you ever want to go back to the stock RAM, there is a video on flashing stock RAM on this phone, so feel free to watch it. And I hope that it was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.